Hi, everyone, and welcome to Secrets of the Job Hunt, the podcast edition. I'm your host, C.M. Russell. Today we're joined on the phone by a special guest, someone I've come to know over the past year, who also blogs on the subject of job hunting, and who also has a great tool for job hunting as well. His name is Jason Alba. He runs JibberJobber, and you can go to their website at JibberJobber.com. Welcome, Jason.
Hey, thanks, CM.
All right, how are you today?
Good. How are you doing?
Not too bad. Okay, so just give everybody a brief description of what JibberJobber is and why people should use it.
Okay. Well, if you're a job seeker, it's the only way, in my opinion, to really manage and organize your job search. I started out with an Excel spreadsheet, and once about a month and a half or 2 months into my job search, that just wasn't working out. So basically, it's like a web-based CRM tool that you can use, kind of like what salespeople use.
Right.
But it helps you organize your target companies, where you've applied, what jobs you've applied to, where you're at in every single process.
Gotcha.
So, but if you're not in a job search, it's a great relationship management tool for networking.
How so?
To basically manage, who's in your network, when's the last time you talked to them, what do you have, when's the next time you should talk to them, stuff like that.
Gotcha. What kind of feedback have you gotten over well, first of all, how long has it been around now?
May 15th, so just shy of a year.
Gotcha. Okay. And what kind of feedback have you gotten from job seekers that have actually used the tool? And
there's, it's funny. I've had thousands of people sign up, and I've had 3 people email me and say that they wanted, they wanted to get rid of their account. Most of the people I find say I've been looking for something like this for a long time. It's a lifesaver, stuff like that. These are people that, like me, they put a lot of time into their job search, and it was getting very overwhelming keeping track of it all.
Right. Right. You mentioned signups. How many signups do you get per week these days?
Oh, shoot. Let me think. A couple hundred.
Right.
I mean, it depends on what's going on, but on average, I'd say a couple hundred a week.
Right. And you have 2 versions of the tool. One is free and one is a paid service. Explain the paid service for us.
Okay. Well, the basic idea is that most people that are going to need this aren't really going to have any money. And so I tried to make about 90% of the functionality free. If you choose to upgrade, then you'll get some really, really cool features. For example, if you create an action item, like I need to call CM next week, if you pay the $10 a month, then you can set it up so you get an email a couple days before that's due. So the email reminders on action items, in my opinion, is worth the $10. There's a few other things you get, like if you're on the free service, you can have up to 250 network contacts and 75 target companies. But if you're on the premium version, then it's unlimited. So there's a number of little features. I consider them to be really useful, but they're definitely not necessary.
Right.
I'm on the premium, obviously, and there's no way. I mean, I have too many contacts that I've been working, and I live on the email system.
So you actually use it as a contact management tool right now, even though you have a job, basically?
Yeah, actually, I mean, it's all about relationships, right? So
right.
I was just looking at the sign-ins for today to see who's signed in, and I noticed that I've signed in. Today's the day that I've signed in for the 1,000th time, which is kind of cool.
Wow. Excellent.
Yeah, I use it a lot. I'm on the system. I have over 400 contacts, whether they're, they're all kinds of contacts. I even put my service providers, like my plumber and my mechanic and stuff like that, I put them in my system, so when I need to get a hold of them, I don't have to go find a phone book or something like that.
Right. And it seems like you're always adding to the feature set as well on JibberJobber, adding new features, new tools. And from what I've seen of other relationship management tools like this, it's really the most feature-rich one out there. Why do you keep doing that? You just want to keep building it up in terms of functionality and just make it as useful as possible?
Well, my philosophy and my training from my mentor from many years ago was release something when it's ready and add as you can.
Right.
And so I have a full-time development staff, and as I work on the business, these guys are working on adding new functionality. since I use the system so much, there's so many things that I want to add that I know would be useful, either in job search or networking mode. And so we have a list a mile long of cool stuff to add. And then we have a number of users that email and say, hey, it'd be really cool if you did this or did that. So I don't see ever stopping the development just because there's a lot to do. The problem with that is I got to make sure that it still remains intuitive and easy to use. So I have to balance between new features and ease of use.
Right. What's your long-term goal with this thing?
I would love to have that's a hard question. I would love this to be the place to go to manage your personal career. So whether you're managing multiple job transitions, you're managing relationships that are important, whether you're employed or unemployed. There's a lot of tools that are kind of similar to this, but they're going to be owned by your company. There's just a lot of issues. This is a tool for you for the rest of your career. And so, long term, what I'd like to see is hundreds of thousands of professionals using the system to manage their career. And I hope that, people become more savvy on personal career management and not just let their boss make all these decisions.
Right. Excellent. Well, I think you're well on your way so far. So, now you've been blogging lately. For those of you who don't know, Jason writes a blog. It's available on the JibberJobber homepage there on the navigation. How long have you been blogging now?
I started in June of last year, and I've blogged every day, Monday through Friday. I've missed 2 days. One was a holiday. They might have both been holidays. And I love it. I mean, I'm a blog junkie, so if I don't get a post out by 10 o'clock, I'm shaking. I'm like, I need a fix.
I feel the same way.
So there's a lot of awesome. I love it.
Right. There's a lot of good job, search advice out there. So I definitely recommend people check it out. What would you say are some of the biggest mistakes that job seekers make today that you've seen?
I'd probably say the biggest mistake is people, they're really interested in a job search and the here and now, and they're not thinking about long-term career management. I think it's just a philosophy thing. People put too much confidence in their employers managing their career.
Right. It's really changing now. I mean, it's really. I wrote a post today on always be learning, and the fact that you can't count on the company anymore. It's all up to you to manage your own career from here on out, and you should really think of yourself as a free agent for the rest of your life.
Yeah, exactly. The other really interesting thing that I see is people put all their faith in one thing, like either networking or job boards or whatever the thing is. They think there's a silver bullet.
Right.
What I've come to find is that there's not necessarily a silver bullet, and there's not necessarily bad in any of those. You have to realize what each of the tools are and how they could be useful for you in the short term and the long term, and use them the way that you need to.
Definitely.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Definitely good advice. All right, Jason, well, I don't have any further questions for you. Do you have any new product announcements on JibberJobber coming out anytime soon?
Ooh, yeah, we have a really, really cool thing coming out. It should be, I'm hoping it'll come out in the next week or two. I'll tell you what it is. I know my competition's going to listen to this. That's okay. There's the
you heard it here first.
There's the ability for you to go in and take an email signature and copy and paste it into a box on JibberJobber. And then when you click a button, it'll automatically take all the fields and put them into the right fields on the form, so you don't have to fill everything out. You can just copy and paste. It's kind of a common technology.
Yeah, autofill.
Yeah, exactly. So we're going to be adding the autofill probably in the next couple weeks here, and there's some other really, really cool stuff. I'm not going to talk about that, though, because it'll be a couple months out. But it blows my mind how cool it is.
Gotcha. So basically stay tuned for more exciting announcements from JibberJobber.
There you go.
All right, Jason, we appreciate it. And, again, you can go to JibberJobber.com to find out more about this tool. Thanks a lot, Jason.
Thanks, Sam.